is on the air. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Get strapped in. It's just about to. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Lane. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. 79 yards. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this out to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
18, tight end. Tap the 60, tap the 60.
In motion goes the tight end.
Ready.
Here's Peyton up the middle. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Ready, go.
And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Lane. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Lane. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for number 81. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
18, right, 18, right, 18, track 60, 70, go.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Anthony Richardson, 46 yards. And the Falcons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now a handoff inside, it's Payton. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
At the Falcons' 38-yard line.
On the give, here comes Payton. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Tampa Bay.
On the set. 19, Tiger, 19.
Now a give, it's Payton. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
1979 Broncos.
Pickens going in motion left. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll drop this off to Payton. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Buccaneers are back within a score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run out for the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
How about that? Red man coverage. He decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Third down and 6.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Lane. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That that could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, they could repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Jackson. His throw incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 40 yards.
And the Buccaneer first down.
From Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen to Peyton. And he is going to lose yardage here.
The tackle made back at his own.
Jackson going to change things up a bit. Back to throw again. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. And a great return here gets us all the way down the 26-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
That's to the left side, taken in by Owens. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
And that's out quickly to Chase. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carping them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And he's got it. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touchdown. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football, but on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson now. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. 24 yards to gain there, another 1st down as well.
He may go back to the Huddle Habbo discussion with his passer. You know, maybe you don't have to leave me quite that much. But on that play, bailed him out in a big way, didn't he?
He did indeed. Hey, at least he gets to put it on the highlight reel. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Fights loose. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Powers passed him at the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after here coming up. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
It's a pickup of 6.
The center receiver in motion to the right. Jackson. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The motion man is Tate.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now Jackson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down it goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Arises on the punt here as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise, but there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. 1 second, all that remains. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Lane. Looking deep here for Chase. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
Okay,
the Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Here we go, here we go. 18, 5 here.
Jackson. Oh, the turnover fuss continues. Here's another interception.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Throwing to start the drive. Lane. And that one drops down. Incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get.
Touchdown! A 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him.
The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
17.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Lane. That is caught downfield. Owens. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bucs are going to take over here up near the 40. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
18 caught, nothing, 19. Buffalo 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
Cooper the man in motion right.
Ready.
To throw is Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And they get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see a franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't give you some
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
60 Vikings, 50 Vikings.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. Pressure comes and down he goes. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
It's third down. Third and
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 40, 70.
Looking to throw. Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
for a first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's another.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Get it. 70 Lions. Ready.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he'll get out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Ready.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty as they look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Peyton. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Well, they have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Jackson. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
First and 10 at the 19.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun. Lane. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. Lane. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on third down. Lane. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
They'll find T.O. It's Terrell Owens.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Well, that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.